Here we have a new 2023 Hyundai Sonata. This one comes in the base trim level. This is going to be the SE model. This color is portofino gray, and then we have gray cloth interior as well. And the powertrain consists of a 2.5 liter naturally aspirated 4-cylinder mated to an 8-speed automatic transmission. Coming around the front end here, we do get standard daytime running lights that are LEDs along with LED headlamps, excuse me. And still, very nice styling for this base model Sonata. And these are going to be 16-inch aluminum wheels here, standard. Over here we get one-touch automatic up and down for the driver's side, and the rest of the power windows are just normal. Rear window lock there, power door lock controls here, power mirror controls here, pick a side, and then you can adjust and then turn it off by putting it in the middle there. I like that they did this even on the base model Sonata, being able to have my hand here. I love these in the Hyundais. Bottle holder here, decent sized map pocket, and then auto stop turn off, brightness for the gauge cluster, lane departure. You can pop the trunk from up here, traction control, and then you can use this electronic parking brake, pull up to engage, hit the brake, press it down to disengage, and open the hood for later. Then we have a 6-way manual driver's seat. But I have that seat up front just for someone of my size, being 6'3" with longer legs, so we're going to check out that leg room here in a minute. But first, huge shout out to Hyundai of Cool Springs for allowing me to review this vehicle today. Quick look at standard features. Stickers right at $26,675. Let's go ahead and check out this leg room. So I've been in several Sonatas, and one thing I love about them is you get so much room in here. So I have that seat up front adjusted, like I said, for someone of my size. And sitting back here, being 6'3", behind that same, a person of that size, knees are not touching the back of the seat. This is, almost feels like a doggone Mercedes. So really good job, Hyundai. I love having this space. And I have a grab handle here. Closed hanger can fit 1 or 2 hangers there. Let's go ahead and make our way to the back. Fuel tank there, or fuel cap, excuse me. Then come around to the back. This one does have an optional cargo net here. And then we'll pull that down to show you how the seat folds flat. But decent sized space here. And then to get to the spare, go down in here and just pull up. And this one looks like it has the inflator kit. There's no tire in there. There's a look at the back end though. We get our signature Sonata taillights as well. There's the exhaust. But coming around the back right side, you just pull the seat down, you pull that lever, it'll fold flat, you can run longer objects through. And then you just pull it back up to lock it back into place. And then we do get 6-way manual for the front passenger seat as well, which I'm glad they didn't just go with the 4-way here. And then glove compartment here with owner's manuals, and I've said this before in Sonatas, tons of space in there for this kind of vehicle. And a small pocket there for storage. Now we'll take a quick look underneath the hood. And there's that 2.5 liter Smart Stream naturally aspirated 4-cylinder. But now, into the driver's seat. So vinyl steering wheel here still feels nice, easy to hold on to. Over here to the radio, we do get AM, FM, and then we also have Bluetooth audio, and then we get wired Apple CarPlay, wired Android Auto as well. But this one's pretty simple, which I actually like. Everything's on one page, so you can manage your device connections, the sound, if you want to go ahead and mess the tone, bass, mid-range treble, and then you also have your settings here, general, and you can go through all of your general settings here. And then you can also do your vehicle settings as well. So not a lot here, but you can mess with that if you want to. And then display and do all that. But you have soft touch buttons on the side here. So go through, you can seat there, go through tracks. You can go through that setup there by hitting a button. Then you have a tune button here to actually go through each individual station. And then you can hold that to power the screen down, and then just tap it again, turn it back on. Backup cameras here. I do like that even on this base model, you get the guidelines that follow you as you turn the steering wheel. Hazards are down here, vents are here, and down here. For the climate controls, adjust temperature here, fan speed here, defrosters here, air direction here, and then toggle the AC on and off there, max AC there. And we do get a 12 volt and 2 USB ports, a USB for your Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and then one for charging. And to shift the 8-speed, you have all push button, reverse, neutral, drive, press P for park. And then you can go through your drive modes here. You get 4 of those, so custom, sport, smart, normal. And your automatic brake holders here too. Cup holders here, a little storage pocket in the middle can hold a phone. Center console cubby space. So a view of the back from up here. And to the steering wheel, you can go through this mode. You can set that up to toggle between when you hit it, what it goes to, whether it's Bluetooth, AM, FM, USB, and then your CarPlay or Android Auto. And volume controls are here. Click that for mute, and you can go through your radio station presets or track list here. And then Bluetooth controls here. Cruise control, you can adjust all that there. This is the gap adjust, lane centering, and then this goes through your sub menus, and then you can just go through the actual menu itself. And then blinkers are here. You do get automatic high beams, but that's the high beams on regular. And I really like how they did this because a lot of automakers don't do this. In auto mode, you can actually turn on your automatic high beams and it tells you they're on, which is nice to have that, but you can also just flash your high beams there too. And then over here, windshield wiper controls, one time, intermittent, low, high. You can adjust your intermittent here and then pull up here for front wiper fluid. And then this one does not have push button start, but there is the fob and the key there. And next, let's go ahead and take this Sonata SE out on the road for a quick test drive. So the 2.5 liter naturally aspirated 4-cylinder, a good engine, certainly not as fun to drive as the 1.6 turbo. And then you also have the 2.5 turbo available in some other Hyundais. It just is not as fast. It doesn't feel as fast, but it gets the job done. Specifically for commuting, you still get that 27 miles per gallon highway, 37 miles per gallon highway, excuse me, and then 27 miles per gallon city. And for that, it's a pretty good motor in terms of performance, but the 1.6 liter turbo available in the Sonata, like that better. It gets about the same fuel economy, but this one is a bit cheaper, and then you don't have to worry about servicing a turbocharger. But for the most part, if you're just wanting a commuter car, something that drives nice, gets the job done, and you still get plenty of features with this, definitely recommend getting this SE with that naturally aspirated 4-cylinder for under 27 G's, because these days that's a bargain. It's just hard to find anything that's worth anything for under 40,000. But overall, it drives well. Having the smaller wheels definitely helps in terms of the ride comfort. And it's just a little less noisy in here than I just drove an SEL Plus that had 19s on it. So that was a tad bit louder, but not a big issue for me either way. I'm gonna put it in the sport mode now. And there's no way to manually shift, but we'll just see how it does on its own. It does tend to rev hot, of course. And depending on what you're needing, the sport mode does come in handy. So I'm gonna put my foot down just a little bit as I get a little space here. So decent pickup without having a red line. Quite impressed actually. So the smart cruise on, lane centering on, and the vehicle slowed down to keep that safe distance between myself and that Jeep. And then as I have space again, it's starting to get back up to the speed I have it set to. But that's another plus of this Sonata, is for under 27 grand, you have the smart cruise as well as the lane centering assistance. And like I said, for other vehicles, you basically have to pay 40 grand to get the top trim to get that same level of safety assistance. But yeah, the ride on here is pretty good. Probably about a 9 out of 10 for me. And I really like the steering because it's not, it just drives normal. I feel like the Accords and even the Camrys can feel like they have a lighter steering feel. But this just feels, specifically in the sport mode, I don't know how it changes. Let me see. Yeah, the sport mode seemed a bit tighter in terms of the steering, and this feels more Camry and Accord-like, but still love the steering here. Now, in terms of competition, of course, it's gonna be the SE, or not even the SE, the LE Camry. Probably between the Accord LX and EX for me. Probably more of the EX compared to this, because I feel like this has a lot of features that don't come standard on a lot of vehicles, specifically lower trims. So for this to be the lowest, you do get quite a bit here. But around the same price point in today's market, inflation, all that, cars are above 20 grand, or 25, 26, and they used to be 22, 23 a few years ago. But this will bring me to the end of my review of the new 2023 Hyundai Sonata in the SE trim level.